Today I'm going to talk about the law of effortless. There is 2 points: the physical mind and the Christ mind. When you operate in the physical mind, you are somebody that you believe you are separate from the unit. You're separate from God, from the Creator, from the universe. And you think that your reality is not created by you and is created by the circumstances. And as you understood that the things is created by your circumstances, you always gonna focus in the things that separate from yourself, from your consciousness. You're looking for a beautiful body, you look for a car, you look for money, you're looking for validation, and you always looking for something or someone that you can put your guilt for something you did in themselves, and you never get the responsibility to take over what you did. But when you are connected to the Christ mind, the consciousness mind, you identify, you understood that you are connected to your consciousness, that there is no separation, or what you're looking for in life, there is no or nothing outside, everything is inner, and you know that you are connected to everything. You are connected to the universe, you are connected to the God, you're connected to me, with you, and there's no separation. And you understand that as soon as you are connected to God, as soon as you're expressing God, you can create your own reality. You can create whatever you want in life. But when you are in the other mind, you are disconnected and you don't identify yourself as a nothing. You're always looking, running for something in the external. But you get there because there's no limit for human being in an unconscious mind. They get there, but they don't feel fulfilled. You're gonna see loads of rich people, when they get whatever they want, they don't feel fulfilled because they was looking for everything outside, and they get there. But as soon as you understand that what you're looking for is not outside, it is inside, and what is reflecting outside, if you don't like what you're seeing, is because you're just creating that, everything change. And you have to start to understand how the things happen for yourself to become whatever you want in life. Jesus said once, whatever the man look for, they always gonna receive from the sky, from the heaven. But in the next point he said, the heaven is inside the man. So if whatever we want in life just can receive from the earth, from the heaven, and if the heaven is inside ourselves, who creating that? If the heaven is inside ourselves, God is operating ourselves. God is inside ourselves. And we're just reflecting God. We are connected to God. And the superior consciousness is creating, is driving ourselves. But if you don't bring conscience to this, if you don't connect yourself in the right chakra, in the right dimension, you're always going to be living in the missing world. But as soon as you understand that Christ operates in ourselves, God is connected to us, I'm connected to you, Jesus is connected to me, and I created whatever I want because we are a unit. And as soon as you understand this, the feeling change, your reality change, the way you perceive life change. You don't judge, you don't lie, you don't feel negativity, you are not a pessimist person because you are connected to God. And God is love, God is happiness, God is abundant, God is prosperity, because God is in ourselves. God's inside already. When you look for prosperity outside, you can find a fakeness prosperity. And you don't feel fulfilled because that thing is not prosperity. Prosperity is already in ourselves. It's a state you have in your mind. If you feel abundant, the abundance is going to show up outside. If you don't feel abundant, outside won't fulfill the way you're feeling inside. And you have to understand, if you operate in a physical mind, disconnected for everything, full of patchworks, full of blockages, you'll be driving by your ego. Ego is not bad, but the way you are using your ego, the way you let your ego use you, that's the bad point. Because If you're driving by your ego instead of driving your ego just saved traumas, fears, everything from the past, and your ego keeps you in your comfort zone. And that comfort zone is really bad for you, and you can't achieve nothing. And your ego is always looking for something that keeps you more unconscious mind, sleeping, instead of being awake and understand what's reality and creating the right reality, and it's connected to the right mission and being proper human being here. We are not this, we're not physical body. We are beyond. And if you understand who you really are, what is your purpose in life, everything is different. I can even express my feeling because I'm connected to the unit. I understand that I'm expressing the superior consciousness. I'm not connected to nothing separate. I'm not looking for validation. I'm not accepting people's opinions because what they build by recording what they think about me is not what I created for my reality. And if you operate in the physical mind, start to understand, start to make questions. There is something different. Who am I? What's my reason here? What's my purpose? Who's this mind? Who's these thoughts in my mind? Who's this voice? Why am I being drive for this thing for years? And as soon as you understand that you're not your mind, if you understand that your mind is just creating things that's not connected to who you really are, everything is different. But the problem nowadays is if you tell somebody in an unconscious mind that they create their own reality, they don't want, because they need something they can rely on and put the guilt. Oh, the weather is bad. Oh, that person's fault. I never created that. It's everybody else's fault, it's not myself. And as soon as you understand that problems come from other side, as soon as you understand that you have to get your own reality and not create chaos and put your own things in other people in the universe and never get responsibility for what you created in life, you're never gonna left that physical mind. And that physical mind keeps you stuck, keeps you trapped for years and years and years, looking for everything external. Drugs, alcohol, relationships, everything is external. Body, money, and never gonna feel fulfilled because that comes from outside. And as soon as you identify yourself as a consciousness, as a Christ mind, that you know that everything comes from inside, there's no separation, that you create your own reality, that you get responsibility for your reality, for your actions, everything is different. And that's how you perceive and achieve great things in life. And that's the video for today. I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe, leave your comment below, and I see you in the next video.